against Kentucky in this building. We'll see if some rather strange things happen tonight.
Well, we know when Kentucky shows up, so does the home student body, right? They are out in full force. School was back in session on Monday. And South Carolina has lost 3 games in a row. They've not played well on the offensive end, but defensively, they've been good night in, night out.
And they already force a turnover and a foul on Kentucky. Foul will go against Keon Brooks.
A very spirited shoot-around for the Gamecocks this afternoon. And what they're trying to do is get on track, and Jermaine Couisnard with the basketball in the starting lineup, replacing Jared Bolden. They want some energy, activity. They got to find something offensively.
Couisnard was a bright spot in that tough loss at Tennessee a few days ago. Here's Couisnard on the take, the kick out pass. Bryant unloads a 3.
Bryant, not a great three-point shooter.
And for that matter, neither is this Gamecock team at 28%, and a quick bucket on the other end for Richards.
Well, the way Richard runs the floor, you better get back defensively.
And then a rejection. Brooks takes some of the air out of the pumpkin on that swat.
Kentucky's good. They're long defensively. They rebound like they have every year. They'll guard the rim, but when they get the ball, they can run all 5 guys.
Gamecocks have really been struggling offensively. See if they can get something going here early on. Coatsard, double team, kick out pass. Lawson on a 3.
Quick double by Hagens. Win the ball when on the floor by Coatsard.
Lawson has not shot the ball particularly well of late. Montgomery off the mark. Slithering in for the rebound is Kentucky, and then a jump ball. Coatsard and Richards. Coach Calipari now in his 11th season, 4 Final Fours. You see he's reached the Elite 8 or better 7 times in those 11 seasons, and he's been very patient with this team. It's a team that does not necessarily have a go-to guy, but overall the guards have picked it up.
A little bit of an unusual team for Kentucky. It's not just all freshmen. Many times we're sitting here year after year, they've got 5 or 6 freshmen. Hagens is a sophomore. Obviously Richards is a junior. Montgomery is sophomore. So when they put the lineup on the floor, it's just not a bunch of freshmen. Now, what he said this afternoon, can we handle the physical play that South Carolina likes to play?
Bryant, happy feet, turnover, back to Kentucky. Coach Calipari, you know, when you look at it, he's always got one of the youngest teams, but you hit on the key spot. They're not all freshmen. He does have some guys that played quality minutes and even started last year. You go back to that one national championship team, everybody remembers, of course, Kid Gilchrist and one Anthony Davis, but they had Deron Lamb, Terrence Jones, Darius Miller. They had veterans. This team has some veterans.
Veteran players win championships, and the way Kentucky has played in the last couple of weeks, it's an emergence. You see the 4-game winning streak. You see the points now in the SEC, number 1 in the league in free throw shooting.
And they get to the line a bunch. They have made more free throws than their opponents have shot. That'll be a key number to look for as Richards picks up a rejection.
Anytime as a player you play against a Kentucky team, a well-coached team, and you try to penetrate one side, you know help side defense is coming. You've got to put it in your mind to know, where did that guy come from, what position, where do I swing the ball when I have that opportunity.
Hagens caught on the hold. Ashton Hagens, one of the top on-ball defenders in this league, if not the country. In fact, Coach Cal was telling us today, Emmanuel Quickly, who we'll see later coming off the bench, he might be just as good, if not better, pure defensively.
Yeah, on the ball.
On the ball.
Yeah.
Now a reach-in foul on Maxey.
Got to move your feet, especially out front. If you're a guard and you give the official an opportunity to blow the whistle when you're active with your hands, they'll usually blow it.
Already Kentucky with 3 fouls in less than 2 minutes of action. Couisnard finds Lawson up top. Lawson, little Euro step, lost the handle.
I think Hagens got the strip.
Hagens, Maxey, teardrop, good.
Active hands by Hagens, knocked that away. And again, when the ball's loose and Kentucky gets up, it's a dead sprint to the other end.
So quick are their guards. Couisnard takes it strong, might have been blocked, definitely altered. Shake and bake. Montgomery trying to find Richards down low. And a hold on Kotsar. We talked about Coach Cal. How about Frank Martin now in his 8th year? Of course, the Final Four a few years ago, but this is a team that had some high expectations. I think a lot of people thought with Lawson coming back and Kotsar, and Frank has said this was his deepest team. He thought it would be his best shooting team, and that's been the biggest disappointment. They have not shot the ball well.
Yeah, and those lead to losses, right? They shot it well at Virginia, and so you knock off Virginia. But then you lose at home to Stetson. You have a chance to beat Florida, but you don't score enough. The dry spell, and then the dry spell at Tennessee, you lose a game that's winnable.
Kotsar, who actually leads the team in steals, picks up a pilfer there. Now, you mentioned the win at Virginia. They beat Clemson on the road, same Clemson team that's beaten Duke and North Carolina. But then some disappointing losses. Stetson, and they had Tennessee, certainly a winnable game in Knoxville a few days ago. They can't pull it off. They had Florida at home. They can't pull that off.
Florida at home, 13 straight possessions. The Gamecocks don't score in the second half. At Tennessee, they hold Tennessee to 26% shooting. But in the second half, 19 straight possessions, Gamecocks didn't score.
That's an incredible number as Whitney weaves in. Tapped up, no. Follow up Richards, and he's hacked and fouled. And Nick Richards will go to the free throw line. Nick Richards, you talk to people around this Kentucky program, he finally now is a difference maker. He's been a role player for most of his time in Lexington, but now he's making a difference on both ends of the floor.
67% from the field, which is 5th in the country. 29th in block shots. 8th in rebound in the SEC. Offensive rebound. Defensive rebound. Doing the things, playing big when moments are needed.
That last foul, by the way, was on Mike Kotsar. That is his second. And if you've followed this team at all, that is the glue, the energy, everything for this Gamecock team. Without him on the floor now, probably for significant minutes first half, that's a huge loss.
Well, it puts pressure on A.J. Lawson. And I mentioned Lawson struggling the last few ball games. He was on the all-freshman team a year ago. Played well so far this season, but has only scored 16 points in the 3 SEC games. That's total points. 3 of 22 from the field. Has really struggled.
He's not lived up to the first team preseason All-SEC that was voted on by the coaches. Meanwhile, Carolina 0 for 6 from the field, and now another turnover. And there you see Lawson. I mean, he was a very promising freshman a year ago. This year expected to do a whole lot more. Yeah, the numbers aren't awful. Yeah. But Frank wants him to become the alpha dog on this team, and that has not happened yet.
Hasn't happened yet. Now he is a sophomore, and might not be in his mentality to be the alpha dog, but you'd still be a good player. You can still lead your team, and at times you may have to force yourself to step up.
Quickly whistled for the offensive foul.
Mike, here's the tough part about South Carolina. They're at home. They've got a crowd that's ready to explode.
Right. But you got to score first.
Got to give them some buckets. You got good defensive stops, much like they did at Tennessee.
Right.
Got to get something going on the offensive end. Which player steps up? Now, it's not an easy team to score against. Kentucky locks you down. Their guards are terrific. Big guys are active around the rim.
Ball comes inside. And a whistle going against Kentucky. It came down to Levesque, who's a 6'11 freshman out of Brockton, Massachusetts. They've got high hopes for him. Frank Martin very high on him. He's cousin of one Nerlens Noel, the former Kentucky Wildcat.
Pretty good player now with the Thunder, Oklahoma City.
Inside. And it'll stay Gamecock basketball with 16 on the shot clock.
Kentucky today defensively said, let's make South Carolina run offense. And if we can stay with them and not let them get some early looks in their offense, at times they force and take some bad shots.
Lawson hounded by Quickly, throws up a prayer. Tapped around and finally cleared by Sestina. Again, that's a difficult shot for A.J. Lawson. Whitney into the game for Kentucky. Extremely athletic and explosive freshman out of Chicago. Maxey alley-oop pass, or maybe that was a shot. I don't know, but either way, it's 2 points.
You know, he looked one way like he was going to pass it. Looked like a lob, but perfect.
Backdoor cut, Lawson, and he's hammered. Whitney on a reach-in. Oh, free throws upcoming for the Gamecocks. Kentucky 8-0 our score.
Take yourself to the
free throw shooter is at the line. A.J. Lawson, the sophomore from Toronto, Canada, who played some of his high school ball with one Andrew Nembhard of the Florida Gators. A couple of Canadians playing guard in the SEC.
Nembhard and his Florida Gators off to a good start. 3-1 in the league. Won in this building. Lost last Saturday at Missouri, which was kind of a surprise. But Missouri put 91 on them.
And then Missouri gets blown out by Mississippi State. So try to apply logic to that.
I think we're going to see a lot of those, not types of scores, but games in the league. Teams are not as consistent this year in the middle of the pack, but they can all beat each other.
Kentucky, one of 3 undefeated teams left in the SEC. Auburn and LSU, the other 2. Lawson around the screen.
And LSU had a scare last night, had to come from behind to get to overtime, and then won against A&M in overtime.
Bryant, high off the window. No dice. Richards rips down the rebound.
And that's what Bryant does best. Left-handed, goes to his left, and can finish around the rim.
Maxey, and a hold on Kusnard. There's the updated standings right now. I mentioned the 3 undefeateds at the top. Florida, certainly one of the better teams, more talented teams. They're also very young, too, with some of the freshmen they're relying on. I think the surprise of the best story of the year has been Arkansas.
Arkansas is the type of team that they shoot the heck out of the ball, right? Coach Musselman will put 5 guards in. They will shoot lights out. They have not yet been challenged rebounding-wise, but they are a team that can score it. And they're comfortable at coming from behind. They've got guys that can, Isaiah Joe, they've got guys that can just make huge shots for them.
They have launched the third most amount of threes in the league. Alabama, by far the most three-point attempts, 440. To put that in perspective, Kentucky has only attempted 234, nearly half that amount. Minaya on a 3. They really would love to see Minaya get going. It's been a tough start to the year.
And Alabama leads this league in scoring. 83 points a ball game. Everybody would think it was Auburn. Auburn's number 2.
Out of bounds to Kentucky. Higgins leading the SEC in assists.
And if you're Kentucky, don't play with South Carolina. Just because they're struggling, you don't have to struggle yourself offensively. Get more movement, get some things going. You should be able to build a 16, 18-point lead if the Gamecocks can't score.
That's already 6 turnovers on Kentucky and back-to-back traveling violations on Sestina, who overall has been a gem for them, the transfer from Bucknell.
24 minutes of ball game, solid on both ends of the floor.
Gamecocks still looking for their first field goal. 0 for 9 from the field. Make it 0 for 10. But how about number 11? Top floor on the slam is Keyshawn Bryant. Now the crowd has something to cheer about. And then a foul on the other end. Higgins.
One of the best athletes in the SEC is Keyshawn Bryant, and it must put a body on him. If not, that's what happens. Might be the best offensive play they've run all night. Throw it up, go chase. Powerful finish.
Keyshawn Bryant, one of the top leapers in the SEC, 6'5", and a whole lot of hops. Richards got hit in the head. Late whistle from Pat Adams, but Nick Richards will go to the line.
A good entry pass by Higgins. It came off the screen. A lot of times the angles aren't easy to find your big man that are on the move. Put it in a good spot for Richards to catch.
So Nick Richards, junior forward from Kingston, Jamaica. And you see what Kentucky has done this year at the free throw line. 78%, one of the top numbers in America. They make more than opponents take. And when you can do that, it's a staple of Bobby Knight's old teams in Indiana. When you can do that, you're going to win a lot of games.
It says a lot to not only offensively, but your defense, right? They don't foul a lot. They guard the rim extremely well because of their length.
In this day and age where so many teams are three-ball crazy, Coach Calatown said, you know, I only want to take between 17, 20 a game. He said, going back to my days at Memphis, UMass, when I hit 30, we lose. So he doesn't want to take that many.
He's got a couple teams in this league we've already talked about, though, that will shoot him.
Absolutely. Of course, the line back this year to the international mark, 22 feet.
And it's often been talked about that it doesn't bother good shooters, but it has made average shooters worse than average, and it's made bad shooters really bad.
Higgins picking up the loose change, takes it all the way. No, Richards, yes.
Two Carolina players back on the defensive end, both went for the shot block.
7 points already for Richards. Kusnard, offensive rebound, lost it, fall up, no.
I think that was out of bounds.
Bryant just throws it up there and gets a friendly bounce.
I think it hit the frame behind the backboard.
I think you're right. But that is not something that's reviewable. Brooks on a three.
One extra pass, and watch how quickly that the Gamecocks get to quickly. They won't let him shoot the ball.
In a break zone here in the first half. 5-point game and a whistle down low. It'll be Gamecock basketball when we come back. Kentucky up by 5. Good question. We'll see if they have the answer at least at the free throw line with the freshman Wolvec. Cannot connect. The 1-and-1 is an empty trip. Kentucky up by 5 with the basketball.
Wildcats with 6 turnovers early in this first half.
Higgins kick out pass quickly has been on fire from downtown. He has now hit 11 of his last 12 threes.
And confident. After last ball game, he just said, hey, I'm on fire. I think I'll make them all.
McCrary with an answer on the other end. Already Higgins with 3 assists. He averages over 7 a game. That's number 1 in the SEC, and he drops another dime off there. Richards on the receiving end. He has 9.
Higgins running the point exactly how you want to run the point. High screen and roll. First time he took it down the lane, found quickly in the corner. That time got the roll man for the easy dunk.
Now, there are few players that can affect the game in such a way without even scoring a point. You know, you got the defense with Higgins, and he's going to lead the league in assists this year as Lovec shows a little mid-range jumper.
Yeah, let's go back to Higgins. Nearly a triple-double last game out. Confidence building on the offensive side. We know he's a great defensive player. Everybody talks about it. Honored as co-defensive player of the year last year with Tremont Waters. But offensively now becoming confident. Not only shooting the ball, but distributing the teammates.
That's going to be offensive on Richards. Lower the shoulder and then plowed over the defender. Richards' second foul.
First time through, look at the defense. 1, 2, 3, 4 Gamecocks go after Higgins. So an easy pass and a bucket for Quickly this time. Surveys, sees what he has. Richards rolls right to the rim.
Higgins this year, I mean, he's been playing chess when a lot of defenses have been playing checkers.
Well, and when you have a guy that can play the pace he wants to play, they're not rushing it, right? He's doing what he wants to do.
Really has grown up as a sophomore now. Kusnard from distance. Offensive rebound. Great hustle on the play by McCrary. See Ashton Higgins. We know about the defense. That was great as a freshman, but now it's his offense that has scouts looking at him as a potential first-round draft pick.
Another one of those guys, every time you watch Kentucky play, it just seems he has more confidence in A, first what the coaches want, and then B, what he can do and how he can get his teammates involved. If he's got to involve himself, he will.
Jalen McCreary, freshman from Marietta, Georgia. Gamecocks woeful at the free throw line this year, 61%.
Yeah,
they are last. Kentucky is first.
Curry got in 8 minutes at Tennessee. He's playing a few minutes a game. Oh, wow.
Hagans behind the back, but
that touch
out of
behind the
bounds.
back.
Yep.
What Kentucky wanted on one end, they get a call against him. But man, he made a move, but he lost control. Another turnover.
And you get the feeling this game is going to have to be a little bit on the ugly side if Carolina's going to win it, don't you?
Yeah, that's kind of a MO for Carolina. Yeah. And they'll do that to you. Defensively, Frank Martin's team's always good, physical, tough.
Couisnard has it blocked out of bounds.
But the Wildcats have responded with a little bit of toughness on their defensive end.
Yeah. I mean, you think of what Frank's team did in that Tennessee game. You hold Tennessee to 26% from the field and you force 19 turnovers, you're going to win a game 99% of the time. But that did not happen as they changed the call. Now it'll be Kentucky ball. Think about that. 26 from the field, you force 19 turnovers, and you lose by a point.
And they had I'm not going to say they had a comfortable lead in the second half, but they were up 8. Just couldn't find ways to get a bucket. And then had possession of the ball down the stretch.
Right.
Last play of the game was a charge on Lawson. Didn't get a shot attempt.
Quickly on a blow by. And then Couisnard anticipated the pass, stole it, but he stepped out of bounds.
Good weak side defense. Couisnard came from the top, made interception, but stepped out of bounds. So the next time Quickly goes baseline, he's going to know where the rotation came from. He's probably going to find the guy up top that will be open from the rotation.
Quickly, rocker step, now pulls up, deep three on the way. Emmanuel Quickly is in an absolute zone.
Automatic. Keep getting it to him.
12 of his last 13 threes. Wow. Minaya swings it into the corner. Lawson on a three.
Mike, I think Manaya's got to be more of an offensive presence.
Yeah.
Obviously injured a year ago, had a terrific freshman season. He got to redshirt last year, but he's got the game and the ability to be better on the offensive end.
Wildcats up by 9, 8.5 to play first half.
Interchangeable parts up top. Maxey, Hagans, or even Quickly can handle the basketball.
And that time Hagans left the three short. Moss all the way. Gamecocks just 4 for 22 from the field. Montgomery pulls up. And a battle for the rebound. Foul on the floor. And we'll clean that up when we come back. Kentucky up 13. By 9.
That's insane.
That is an insane number. That.
And remember early in this season, many wondered, could Kentucky shoot the long ball?
Right. Sestina says I can hit. That's going to be a deep 2 just on the line.
And out of all the people, Coach Cal was the most confident in that he trusted his guys that will make shots.
Yep. That's one thing about Coach Cal. He doesn't get on his guys for missing shots, as Couisnard has an answer with a 3 on the other end.
Good stroke there.
Couisnard is a guy that Frank Martin believes is going to become a very good shooter in time. Sestina has one rattle out.
How quickly Kentucky gets back on defense. All 5 guys in blue. Not many open opportunities, but 2 in a row. Couisnard.
Now you know why he got the start tonight.
Redshirt freshman, he's not bashful. And Frank Martin is looking for some leadership from the lead guard position.
Remember, it was Couisnard who missed that Florida game with a back strain.
Matchup 2-3 zone defense handled easily, especially by Hagans. Terrific pass, another assist.
Another assist for Ashton Hagans, who is just dissecting this Carolina defense.
Well, we said the Gamecocks are looking for something offensively. Jermaine Couisnard hit 1 the previous possession, now 2 in a row. Maybe that gets him going. Maybe to adjust the defense a little bit. They'll have to guard him. On the offensive end, Kentucky's been able to just dissect anything. First it was against man-to-man, that time against the zone. Higgins went right inside, easy bucket, easy three-point play, didn't finish it. Sestino.
A rare miss for Kentucky at the free throw line. They come in #1 in the SEC at 78%. Lawson finds Bryant on a three. That might be a little out of his range.
Well, it's not his strength. If you're Bryant, you put it on the floor, try to use your athletic ability, go over the top of people when you get to the lane.
Bryant now 1 for 11 from downtown. On Tuesday, Mike White in Florida travel to Baton Rouge to take on Will Wade's LSU Tigers. That's at 7 Eastern right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Florida now 3-1 in SEC play. LSU remaining undefeated at 4-0. Should be a good matchup between the Gators and the Bayou Bengals.
LSU, an athletic team that will flat out rebound the basketball on the offensive end, and Florida solid defensively. Mixture of young and some veteran players.
Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my arms around what Florida is this year. You know, you and I had them earlier in the year, and Mike White was visibly frustrated and talked to us about some of the things that was certainly concerning him, but you know that they have the ability.
So you have the leadership of Blackshears who transferred, right, and has been solid. You have 3 sophomores that everybody would expect, because they played so much as freshmen, that will automatically then they take the next step. It's not, they're still sophomores.
Right.
They're still young. And they play a lot of freshmen, so Knights doesn't quite go as like you'd like it on the road, tougher, like when they played at Missouri. Defensively, they weren't very good, had no answers for the Tigers. So they'll have some inconsistencies, but as the year goes on, I think Florida's going to be one of those teams at the end that's got a chance.
Yeah, especially when those freshmen continue to grow under Mike White's tutelage. And near the 6-minute mark, Couisnard finally misses one. Tough rebound in traffic by Whitney. Whitney trying to earn some minutes off the bench. Cal was funny today. He says, you know, I got Whitney wants to play more. Brooks wants to play more. He says, I got 3 good guards that if you ask them, they want to play all 40 minutes every game, including one Tyrese Maxey who hit the jumper.
Maxey with a soft touch. Yeah, those guys don't want to come out.
No. They sure as heck don't get tired. Backdoor cut. Couisnard missed it.
Cal simply said to his young guys, hey, you got to earn your minutes.
Yep.
Welcome to Kentucky.
Sestina alley-oop pass, and the slam is missed.
It's going to be a technical.
It was missed by Maxey.
Nice pass. It'll be a technical foul. Missed, and then he hung on. He was frustrated. Maybe didn't quite get a hold of it and hung around for a while.
Now, if he does it for safety reasons, they usually don't call a technical. You had a Gamecock player underneath the basket, but they are indeed going to call it.
I think the initial response was he hung quick because he missed it. Like he was, and obviously Cal just said, yeah, maybe not.
I don't think Cal agrees with the call. He's been ejected twice in this building. So 4 technical fouls already for Coach Calipari here at the Colonial Life Arena.
So watch the initial reaction on the miss. So he's got it.
And you got Frink right underneath.
Yeah. Could he have let go earlier? Maybe not. Judgment call, as the officials would say.
Meanwhile, 10-point advantage for Kentucky. Gamecock basketball. Alonzo Frink in the game for the Gamecocks. He got a DNP against Tennessee. Trying to earn some minutes here. That won't do it. Knuckleball thrown up there by McCrary. Offensive rebound. That will do it. Alonzo Frink trying to earn some playing time and picks up an offensive rebound. Foul on E.J. Montgomery. And Frink will go to the free throw line where he's 52% on the year. Out of Russell Catholic High School in Jersey City. Originally from the Dominican Republic. This South Carolina team has a foreign flair to it. Lawson out of Canada. And of course, Mike Kotsar out of Estonia. And when you're struggling shooting the ball from the field and then you go to the line, and as a team you're shooting 61%.
Yeah, dead last in the SEC.
I mean, it's just one mental hurdle to clear after another.
Frink, who played in 24 games last year as a freshman.
A lane violation on Kentucky, so a reprieve here. Sestina called for coming in early.
Well, Sestina thought McCreary was ahead of him. McCreary went in quickly. Sestina had to get there to block him out. That was his argument.
See if the third time is a charm. It is for Frink.
Remember the old NBAs when they had three to make two?
It was before my time, but I've watched the old classic games on Sunball. They do some of that kind of stuff in the G League.
I hate to say, I think I was in the league the last year they did that.
Is
that
that
was
right?
a big deal if you missed all three.
That never happened.
They didn't give chicken sandwiches like they do today.
Foul called on the drive by Whitney. You never missed 3 in a row in your life.
No, not free throws. No, my Lord, they paid me to make free throws. That's why I was paid to do that.
All right, so you're. I've known you for a while. You don't boast, okay? I usually boast for you, but you did mention a little stat today at shoot around because you haven't shot in a while with your shoulder. But the last time you did, how many consecutive free throws?
126.
My goodness.
At Florida.
My goodness.
Just messing around.
Did you change your batteries after you did that?
Yeah. To wheel me out.
I mean, that is robotic. Remember when Chris Jackson was at LSU, he had ridiculous free throw numbers like that. 27-18 our score. Maxey rifles the pass down low to Whitney. Can't connect on the dunk.
Got to finish. Terrific pass and a ball fake.
Kusnard with a head of steam. Nice pass, but Frink can't handle it.
South Carolina, besides the turnovers, they've got to get it to guys that are shooters to take the shots. They've had guys taking shots that really aren't their better shooters. Formula for not making many shots and shooting a low percentage.
Under 4 minutes to play. 9-point game. Low scoring as we expected. Whitney behind the back takes it strong. The hoop and the harm for the freshman from Chicago.
25.
Did he really?
Because Auburn was coming in.
Yeah.
I think I was at 90 something. One of the ball boys said, "Hey, the old guy out there hasn't missed for a while."
I tell you, I'm surrounded by great shooters. You here, we got Bradley and Dykes in studio.
That's like a lot of Woo Pig Suey in the studio.
It is a ton of Pig Suey. That's going to be a goaltend. So Kusnard will get credit for another bucket. He's lived up to the billing in a starting role today. Just exactly what Frank Martin wanted and needed. We'll see if somebody else can pick up the slack here. Trey Hannibal on the floor for the first time today for the Gamecocks.
Little token three-quarter pressure handled easily by Kentucky. Now dropped to the 2-3 zone. They ran one possession of it and Kentucky laid it in. We'll see what happens this time.
Higgins eyes the shot clock, gets it with 7. Now 6, pull-up jumper, fouled from behind. An unnecessary foul by Kusnard as he hit him in the head from behind. Gymnastics takes over the SEC network every Friday night. This week you got Florida and Missouri squaring off in Columbia at 7 Eastern. Then it's Auburn and LSU from Baton Rouge at the Maravich Center. Friday Night Heights also streaming live on the ESPN app. It only goes to show you, as we bragged about Kentucky's free throw shooting this year, one of the best marks in the country. They're now 6 for 11, just over 50%.
Hagan's first attempt, he barely got it above the rim. Very similar today when they were shooting free throws. His first couple were below the rim, and Cal yelled at him. He goes, "You know, it's got to be above the rim for it to go in."
The rims are 10 feet here in South Carolina as well.
Cal making sure the officials, so he's pointing to officials saying that's your call, not the other guy's call, that's your call. Isn't it great when coaches officiate Now officials have to say, well, wait a second, let us do our job.
Yeah, well, that's what Pat Adams is saying right now. Hey, we got it, Coach. There's something about this building. Coach Cal gets a little fiery. He's been ejected twice in this building. And he's been worked up so far in this first half, despite the fact his Wildcats lead by 10.
Well, he's prepared. He told his kids today it's going to be a physical game, be a lot of contact,
yep.
A lot of pushing, a lot of shoving. How do we handle it? Changing defenses, man-to-man defensively. I don't think Kentucky's had any issue trying to get the shots they want to get.
Higgins. Now Sestina, straightaway three-pointer off the mark.
Ooh.
TJ Moss clears it. Ahead to Minaya. Strong take to the basket and off the window and in for McCreary. 4 points now for the freshman.
Pretty strong move, but he comes up limping. See if he's okay. Maybe turned an ankle. Left foot. Keep an eye on him.
You'll see the Gamecocks play 11 guys. Frank not afraid to use his bench, and now that's going to be a backcourt. Over and back for Kentucky. Lawson did not touch it. It'll be Gamecock ball.
Did he not touch it? Look close. I thought he touched it. I thought he tried to pick it up. I might have missed it right in front of us.
I didn't understand why he was diving for it, because at that point, Kentucky can't do anything.
Correct.
So did he touch it?
Oh, no, he doesn't.
Yeah. Good job of
That's why the
avoiding
officials have that shirt on.
Under 2 minutes to go, first half.
Quiet half for Lawson.
Lawson weaving and draws the foul right on cue, partner. They need him to not be quiet the rest of this game.
They need him to be aggressive. That does not mean you have to shoot it, but aggressive moves will free up teammates as long as Lawson is aggressive with the ball. A couple times so far tonight he's been aggressive, but he's forced bad shot attempts.
He's 0 for 4 from the field. No assists. He's really been playing a lot of two-guard this year. I think when many coaches and us in the media, you and I have ballots, I'll admit I voted A.J. Lawson as part of that all-SEC team. I thought he could be one of the better point guards this year.
He must get his swagger back. He plays with little confidence right now.
Yep. Go to the bench with those 3 points. No assists thus far for Lawson.
And really, individually, you're the only one that can get that back. Frank Martin's been, they can tell you how well to play. Keep going, keep going. But if you're one of the best in the league, you've got to play that way night in, night out.
Now, are you like me when you consider everything that's happened for the Gamecocks to only be down 7? They're fortunate.
Yeah, surprised.
Rebound
chance to get it less.
90 seconds to go, first half. All the way, it's Moss. In traffic, gets it to drop, and it's a 5-point game. Timeout, Kentucky.
Full court pressure, three-quarter. We'll see if they put more pressure on it, or is it just more token just to take time off? Active hands, though, by Moss. Quickly still only has those 3 shot attempts.
Higgins, count the basket plus the foul. Ashton Higgins with a strong move to the hoop.
Maybe nobody better at the current time in this league at running that lead spot position and turning the corner and making plays. Hesitation, dribble, then the explosion. Now, that's the third time. First time we saw him kick it to the corner.
Right.
Second time we saw him on the lob. This time finished it himself. So defensively, who's helping? Who's stopping him? Where are you coming from? He's handled 3 different types of defenses at him, all in the man-to-man.
This is what I love about this Kentucky team going forward. When it comes to the NCAA tournament, it's a guards game, and they got one heck of a trio.
On both ends of the floor.
Absolutely.
They're really good, solid on that defensive end.
Minaya, see if his confidence can get going. Still no. He's now 0 for 3. And a couple years ago, that's a shot that Minaya hits.
Yeah, he's got to get his confidence back also, offensively.
Hagan, stop and go. Blocked by Frink. Good defense. Scooped up by Hannibal. Hannibal gliding into front court. Takes it all the way. No. Frink, no. Hannibal gets it back. Out of bounds to Carolina.
Fortunate call For South Carolina, I thought it went off his knee. Thought Whitney had an active hand out front because the length behind you can stop a lot of any mistakes.
Well, you've got some great rim protectors. Nick Richards leading the way there. Sestina, hand to the face on Frink, can't get it to drop. Shot clock off. We'll see if Kentucky goes for the final shot. Looks like they will. Maxey to Sestina. Into the corner, Whitney on a three. And a tough rebound in traffic by Hannibal. 1 second left. Moss has got to shoot it. Did not see the clock. And that is how the first half will come to a close.
SEC play, one with 17, one with 18. So you take a look and say, okay, he played 3 minutes in the first half. He's not a guy that goes and searches for his buckets up.
Right.
They got to come to him.
Kentucky. Brooks on a jumper. Gamecocks will live with that shot. Carolina shot just 24% in half number one. We'll see if they can improve here. Kusnard continues to be aggressive, and he'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Solid first half. Now he had 9 points. He took 11 shots, so he wasn't bashful. He was 3 of 11 in the first half. But if you're on that Gamecock sideline, you don't need anybody to be bashful. You need guys to be aggressive, to take it. A little contact. You see his strong upper body. List him at 6'4", nearly 215 pounds. That's some shoulders right there.
Remember, he's only played 15 games. He's still kind of learning his way out there, but a lot of potential for Jermaine Kusnard. A 6-point game. And then a steal by Kusnard. Into the hands of Lawson. Ahead to Bryant. Look out. Hammered by Richards.
If you had to have a start to the second half, this is what South Carolina needed. You get one bucket, you get a steal, you get a chance for 2 free throws here.
And you draw the third foul on Richards.
Yeah.
We'll see how Coach Cal handles that situation.
A clean steal from Kusnard out of Hagan's hands.
And another miss at the free throw line. It's anguishing. I mean, when you watch somebody like a Bryant, the free throw line, he just doesn't look comfortable, John. You see the anguish in his face. Does get one to drop, though.
Athletic, but not a pretty shooter at all. Whether it's free throw line, we talked about his three-point lack of shooting ability deep. A little more activeness by South Carolina on the defensive end. They must take Kentucky out of any comfort zone that they run. Just run an offense. Wildcats have been able to throw it where they want to throw it in the first half, move where they wanted to move. Already we've had activity. One steal, and there was a deflection.
Suffocating defense here in the early going of the second half for Frank Martin and company. Shot clock at 7. Maxey. And Lawson held him with 5 on the shot clock.
Good matchup. Maxey being guarded by Lawson. 2 guys. There's some NBA scouts in the stands. We saw them today at shoot around, but those are 2 guys that they're looking at. It's nice for scouts to see 2 guys that match up against each other.
There's some scouts or some draft boards, I should say, that have Tyrese Maxey as a top 10 pick. Higgins on a blow by. Tries to drop it off to Richards. Picked up by Quickly.
Oh, nice play by Quickly. Quickly saved the play.
And then Quickly almost a steal.
So Quickly saves a turnover, turns a turnover into a bucket, and then he's a one-man press. That ball is going to be a turnover. Quickly takes it, gets a bucket, and then when they're going to end, South Carolina's going to inbound it, he was a one-man press. Knocked it into the hands of Kusnard out of bounds.
Well, from the Louisville game on, Emmanuel Quickly is playing as well as any guard in this league.
Yeah.
Maxey hits the deck, and he'll go to the line for a pair and see if he's okay.
Well, 3rd personal foul on Kotsar. Coming down the lane. Kotsar tried to help out. Got the bump, probably to the thigh. Turns a corner and Kotsart gets there late, and the knee to the thigh. Oh, that hurts.
Now, what do you think? If you're Frank Martin, do you roll the dice and keep him in there?
I think he's taking him out. He's got a guy. Now he's got T.J. Moss. Now he may be taking out, we'll see if he takes out a guard and beat him off the dribble. Yeah.
He's taking out Bryant. I mean, I almost think you have to gamble a bit, because I don't know if they can generate enough offense without Kotsar on the floor.
Yeah, I'd leave him to see if he gets going in the game. He's not played.
Right. He's played 3 minutes in the first half.
He does you no good if he's sitting on the side. He can sit on the side when he gets 5.
And then Sestina grabs an offensive rebound off the free throw miss.
Now let's see if Kentucky goes at Kotsar in any way. Try to feed it inside, see if they pick up his 4th.
You got Richards on the bench for Kentucky with 3 fouls. Kotsar guarding Montgomery. Meanwhile, quickly on another 3. My goodness, is there any shooter in America hotter than Emmanuel Quickly?
Perfecting his craft, and again, they had some struggles early in the season shooting the basketball. And John Calipari kept saying, we're a better shooting team, and eventually we will.
And a tremendous young man if you get a chance to chat with Emmanuel as we have. Won't find a more likable kid. Plays the saxophone and the drums. Good student. Great player. Great teammate. Kusnard still feeling it.
And Kotsar no longer in the lineup.
Maxey finds Quickly. Kick out past Sestina on a 3. Perfect offense for Kentucky.
So let's go. How about unselfish by Quickly? Shooting the ball well. Had a look. Gave a little pump fake. Put it on the floor. Got an assist to a teammate. Sestina now shooting the basketball well.
Nice play that time. Kusnard finds McCreary streaking along the baseline. McCreary has 6.
The value of having 3 guys out front, as Kentucky does, we know defensively, but offensively. 3 guys that can handle the ball, that can put it on the floor, that can shoot it, that can create. Now here's Quickly trailing the play, and remember, he could shoot it there, he could shoot it there. Easy pass to Stina. That's his 2nd 3 tonight.
Wouldn't you say in a lot of ways the 3 guards for Kentucky, they're all combo guards. They can all play the point and the 2.
Yeah. And that's why it's easy to interchange them.
Right.
No matter who has the ball, the other 2 can run. One gets in foul trouble, they've got room for the other.
I mean, how many teams in the country have 3 elite guards that can all play the 1 and the 2? That is a rare luxury that Coach Cal has this year. And very often you'll see all 3 on the floor at the same time, as you have right now. Maxey to Montgomery, and then back to Maxey on the return. Running hook shot plus the foul for Montgomery.
And I think the trademark, Mike, for Coach Cal's teams at Kentucky has been unselfish play. So night in, night out, you're going to have a different player lead this team in scoring. It doesn't have to be the same guy every night. And they're okay with that. So we've seen the outside game. Now we see a little bit of the inside game. Montgomery, everything that they've done outside has opened it up. The lanes are open to drive it, to finish.
4th foul on McCreary. Meanwhile, Montgomery, who was such a great playmaker in high school, they don't need him to be an elite scorer for this Kentucky team. Just kind of stuff this stat sheet. 8 points, 8 rebounds. That's going to be a good night for him with this Kentucky squad.
Keep an eye on Quickly how good he is defensively on the ball.
Tough shot by T.J. Moss.
The degree of difficulty, tough.
Got it to go. Hampered by an ankle injury last year. Redshirt freshman.
Yeah, Gamecocks trying to find anything they can on the offensive end, but they're not getting anything when they run their offense.
Gamecocks could use some stops right about now. That's not going to get it done. Another foul as Quickly takes it to the basket. And you send one of the top free throw shooters in the country to the line.
He's not bad. 94%, 50 out of 53.
Fifth best, yeah, 5th best mark in the country. Nearly automatic is Emmanuel Quickly.
And you think, well, who leads it? Joseph Girard out of Syracuse at 96%.
And, of course, the moment we say that, front rim. Watch his eyes on the free throw line. Stares down the second one through the net. And it's a 13-point cushion for Kentucky. The largest lead has been 14. Couisnard, rifle pass down low, and a foul called on Montgomery. 15:49 to play. The Kentucky lead swells to 13.
You go if you're highly recruited, the McDonald's All-American and all those things. You kind of think that you'll just automatically come in and the game will be easy, but it's difficult. It's hard to be good. Every level you go up, there's a degree of difficulty, and many find that it's not anything what they thought it would be.
Gamecocks continue to be baffled at the free throw line. Now 6 of 14. Real tough to beat Kentucky when you're missing shots at the line. Struggling really shooting the basketball in general.
Well, you can't win on the road if you miss free throws. You might get away with it at home. Almost a good finish by Montgomery.
Don't forget, on Tuesday, Mike White and the Florida Gators travel to Baton Rouge to take on Will Wade's LSU Tigers. That's Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern right here on the SEC Network. And while we have a moment, congratulations to LSU on another convincing win, a national title, and I dare say one of the best seasons in the history of college football. 15-0. They beat a half dozen top 10 teams in the country, and they blew away most of the competition in the process.
Yeah, down the stretch, their average win was nearly 20 points a ball game over the big boys, and quite impressive.
I can tell you around here, not many fans were disappointed to see Clemson lose that game.
You know, flying in, I saw a lot of Clemson fans. They made their way to New Orleans.
Yeah.
They're making their way back in this area. I think they were realistic about all of it, too. That LSU was a great, great team.
No doubt.
And Clemson will be back next season.
12-point lead for Kentucky. Kotsar back in the game with those 3 fouls. This is Bryant. To Moss. 7 on the shot clock. Moss thought about it, then launched a 3.
It's been solid. Good minutes off the bench. Now can the Gamecocks get a stop? And what's tough, if you can't stay in front of the guy with the ball out top, you're going to be in trouble. And Hagan's kind of baited, was it Moss on him defensively, and just exploded. And once you get past the first guy, it's trouble.
Yeah, and if you're Mike Kotsar, you almost want to let that one go, because you can't afford to pick up your 4th foul this early in the game. I mean, and now you're really behind the 8 ball if you're Frank Martin. You got over 14 minutes left. Your top offensive player, defensive player, rebounder is going to spend a lot of time on the bench.
You know, he's really not played. He's played 5 minutes. Frank Martin disappointed. Not happy with 2 things. 1, the call. 2, the player. And Kotsar's disappointed. Senior season, you got Kentucky at home.
Inside Benaya.
Well, that's a good pass. Terrific pass, maybe even a better catch. Because Maxey was right there, almost to look like he could get a steal. Benaya with a catch. Maybe that gets Benaya going.
Frank threading the needle. Inside, Richards left alone.
How good is Hagans? Again, off the bounce, patient, doesn't rush. Waits for his guy to roll, waits for his guy to be open. And then puts the pass right on the money.
A half dozen assists now for Hagans, who averages over 7 a game.
So Hagans is going to be patient right here. Now he's going to wait for the roll. A lot of guys would say, well, the roll's not there right away, and let's kick it. He waited till Richards got open.
This game is going to test the patience of the man on the left of your screen, Frank Martin. Bryant, offensive. It's just a different looking offense without Mike Kotsar on the floor. Even when Mike Kotsar is not shooting, he's setting screens, he's rolling to the basket. It's just a different look.
He creates movement because of what you just said. Set screens, he picks and pops, he picks and rolls. So all that movement makes the defense adjust because of where he is. South Carolina does not have great outside shooters, so a defense doesn't chase guys.
Right.
So the lane is more congested. So that time Bryant put it on the floor, there's congestion. Allows the defense to take a charge. Shooters stretch out a defense. They make the offense wider. Look where Kentucky plays from. They got some shooters in a variety of places.
Traveling on Keon Brooks. Brooks has really struggled to get into a flow in this game and for much of the season. Again, Cal has talked about the fact that Keon Brooks, Khalil Whitney, those are two guys they're going to need to improve as the season moves along. Tough shot, and Bryant off the trampoline on the follow. Oh my goodness. Keyshawn Bryant hanging in the air and dropping the hammer.
Wow. That's what he does. Woo.
Richards walks. Watch the elevation here.
From the baseline, almost above the backboard.
We'll see if that'll spark Carolina offensively, down by 9.
And that might be why the scouting report says put a body on Bryant.
Yes.
He's coming from all angles.
Moss to Bryant. Takes it strong. And a rebound. Stepping on the sideline is Whitney.
I think that might have been Kentucky's ball.
I thought it was. I didn't think Whitney really needed to try and save it. And it looked like Frink just kind of volleyballed it like a spike toward the sideline. Whitney bailed him out, though.
No change of shot clock. We're down to 6.
This is where you would think A.J. Lawson takes over, right? Late clock situation.
Yeah, but I think it's been Moss so far this game.
It is going to be Moss here. Throws it up there. Back iron. Kentucky in transition. Numbers. Maxey. Blocked by Minaya. Richards on the follow.
Richards is unbelievable as a big man. Runs the floor 6'11". You trail it in case you don't convert, and he got the tip in.
13 points for Richards. Minaya can't get the tap in.
First guy down the floor is Richards. They can't stay with him. He runs so well.
Richards guarded by Frink.
Nice pass.
Montgomery fouled by Frink.
We now have Kentucky with more movement, more aggressive cuts. The Wildcats, they turn it up.
Are 4 fouls.
And Mike, you wonder, can the Gamecocks change the pace of this game? Right? Kentucky has settled in. They're comfortable. Double-digit lead. Was scared once, but not that much. They answered with a couple quick buckets. Now you're back up 13. Then South Carolina, can they get answers and then they get stops? Do you take chances by pressing? overplaying passing lanes. We'll see what happens.
Kentucky just made its 15th free throw of the night. Carolina's attempted 14, but they get a 3, and what a world of confidence that might be for Justin Minaya.
Boy, good to see. Only shooting 20% beyond the three-point line this season. A big part of their offensive piece that's not been there this year.
And then a turnover on Higgins. One of the few mistakes he has made in this game. Ten-point game.
See what they go back to. Minaya up top, just hit a 3. You got a double screen up top. Pick and pop.
Kusnard! Count the basket plus the foul. That ball above the square and through the hoop.
Frank Martin was wondering, can I find a guard that can take the toughness of his coaching and respond? And he thought Kusnard could. He has responded tonight.
These are the kind of shots we thought we'd see from A.J. Lawson, but it's been Jermaine Kusnard who drew the start tonight. Very aggressive and providing plenty of offense. 14 points now for the redshirt freshman. Higgins, another turnover. He traveled. Back-to-back turnovers by the ordinarily reliable Ashton Higgins.
He almost looked like he was going to try to turn the corner and go all the way.
Pat Adams saying, you're going to need to back up a few feet, Coach. That incredulous look is priceless. He already got warned earlier. So a slap on the wrist here. He got warned for chirping earlier. That warning was for more about location. Kusnard unloads a 3. And now the crowd will ignite in Columbia. The follow by Johnny Juzang, who had not played a single minute in the last 3 games.
And the Gamecocks had the defense they wanted. Kentucky was scrambling a bit and came away with an easy one underneath.
That snaps a 9-0 run by Carolina. Lawson on a 3 in and out. And then a reach-in foul on Hannibal. And that'll send Kentucky to the free throw line. They'll have the benefit of the double bonus the rest of the way.
And Lawson can't buy a bucket. And if you can't buy a bucket, then find guys who can make a shot. I mean, it really is. That's how cold-hearted this game is.
Yeah, you're 0 for 5 from the field. Kusnard is having a career night.
He had just hit a couple.
Yeah.
Right? Minaya had hit 1. And again, I get if you're Lawson, you're trying to get part of it. You had an open look.
Meanwhile, you foul this guy, and it's nearly automatic. You see Kentucky once again hitting more free throws than their opponents attempt. They have been able to dominate the free throw line this year. What a quick turnaround that was. Gamecocks had all the momentum, crowd getting into the game.
Hannibal out at point. It is a big, or not tall, but solid body, thick.
Lawson out of control. And a reach-in foul on Juzang.
Wow. I thought they would call a jump ball. Out of control, Lawson lost his footing. Ball went down. They called Juzang for a reach over. Here's a
trips, falls, and then that's one of those.
It's a rare call, isn't it?
Yeah, usually you'll see an arrow on that one. Pat Adams on the whistle. Good crew tonight. Pat Adams, Michael Roberts, Mike Nance. Minaya. No. Frink. Blocked by Richards.
Wow, what a block. How quickly Richards can get off his feet.
One of the top rim protectors in the SEC.
Waits until the offensive player's already left the ground.
Inside, Richards lost it. Hannibal, quick hands.
I think maybe it's Lawson. Weak side came over.
Kusnard. Frink with another offensive rebound. Hannibal. Nice pass to Frink, who's fouled, plus the basket.
Well, they keep coming. It may not be pretty, but they keep attacking. And they're putting a ton of pressure on this Kentucky defense around the rim.
I mentioned Alonzo Frink did not play a single minute against Tennessee. I was asking some people at the program, well, was he hurt at all? No, he just didn't play. And he's giving him some good minutes off the bench tonight.
And Hannibal makes a play because when he drives, he knows who's coming. It's Richards, right? Weak side guy's going to come over and help. Makes a pass. Frink makes a layup. See if he can convert the free throw.
How about 17 offensive rebounds for Carolina? And now another foul. And, I mean, you just don't need it. Every time you foul, you're sending a good free throw shooter to the line for two. It's just not necessary.
Well, and you can see the reaction of Frank Martin. Play good defense. Get your hands off.
No need to foul guys 40 feet from the basket.
Well, and credit. Okay, let's say you're playing pressure type defense. A guy like Hagans is going to bring the ball into your body. You're the defender. I'm going to continue to kind of go at an angle, seeing if the officials will give you the call. They did. Now he misses the first free throw.
Sophomore from Cartersville, Georgia. Ashton Hagans gets the friendly bounce on the second. And it's back to a 6-point game. Minaya into the corner. Moss finds Lawson. Lawson still looking for his first basket. Richards rejects it.
Fans wanted goaltending. Hard to tell from our angle.
Shot clock at 6.
Play on.
Minaya sees it. Minaya drive and kick. Lawson on a pull-up jumper. Still can't find it.
Oh, wow. They got Hagans. Whoa. Wow, what a tough call.
I feel like both coaches are about to have a volcanic eruption.
So if you're a guard and that's a long rebound, I think Hagans was the first one there. Watch the ball come off and he just goes and gets it. He just goes and gets it.
Meanwhile, Frink with 4 offensive rebounds. Carolina as a team, 18 offensive rebounds.
So Frink jumped backwards as Hagans was rebounding that ball. Not a good call.
Frink just a 52% free throw shooter. But 3 of 4 in this game tonight. Quality minutes off the bench for the sophomore.
Remember, South Carolina had 25 points only in that first half.
And here they are at 55 total. And a whole lot of game to be played and a whole lot of noise being provided here by the Gamecock crowd.
High pick and roll, look for Quickly in the corner. Oh, just finish it.
What a take by Ashton Hagans.
And why does it happen on the weak side is Quickly. TJ Moss was going to leave him, then in his mind goes, I can't leave Quickly. He doesn't leave him, and Hagans finishes with a flush.
That is a big-time drive by the sophomore. And Moss on the other end with a chance at 3. We've got offense, partner. Flow. We're in favor of it. Some games in unorthodox fashion, and that's what they're trying to do here. And the free throw knocked down by Moss to make it a 3-point game. That's a career high now for TJ Moss with 10.
You muck it up just enough. You stay in this ball game. Now defensively. Can you get a stop?
Higgins inside Richards, fouled by Hannibal.
Boy, Higgins just has patience. Picks up his dribble, doesn't have anything, and he waits because of the mismatch for Richards to establish himself against Hannibal down low.
You know, as this continues to be a foul fest, there's going to be a lot of guys in foul trouble in the final 7.5 minutes of this game.
Richards, a 70% free throw shoot.
Kentucky, uncharacteristic misses at the line so far tonight. Maybe it's the Betty White sign. One for two. The lead back to 4. Hannibal going to run some point for Frank Martin and company here. Lawson at the 2. Again, no Mike Kotsar down low with 4 fouls. And on the drive, Bryant draws the foul.
You know, Bryant being aggressive, and what, you know, both teams have done is they're going to make the officials make calls, right? They're going to be aggressive, attacking. And so far, the officials almost every possession have blown a whistle.
Well, you got each team in the double bonus the rest of the way. Yeah. So you take the 1-and-1 off the table. You're going to have a lot of 2-shot fouls in this game, and it could come down to free throw shooting. If it does, you got the best free throw shooting team in the league in Kentucky, the worst in Carolina. That's the numbers coming in. Carolina so far in the second half knocking them down.
Kentucky's on the road, and Carolina's in their home building.
Bryant short arm that one. One possession game, 7 minutes and change to go. Kentucky, one of 3 unbeaten teams in SEC play. Carolina looking for its first league win of the season.
Coach Cal wanted to know how his team would respond to a physical game, tight game. We're going to find out.
Juzang. Hannibal. Skies for the rebound. Hannibal dribbled it off his leg out of bounds.
He plays downhill, though, doesn't he? He was coming.
And Frank Martin is going to make the substitution. That's the thing he has said about Trey Hannibal. There's a lot of good in that body, but there's a lot of unnecessary turnovers, and that was one of them, as Mike Kotsar will check back in with those 4 fouls.
And if you're a South Carolina fan, you think, okay, Kotsar's given us nothing in 5 minutes. The whole game, just been in foul trouble. You got 6:45 left. Can he give you what he has been playing like all season long?
And quickly is back in the game for Kentucky with his 4 fouls. Higgins, wow, what a move. Can't get it to drop, though. Bryant for the rebound.
Higgins would love to have that one back. Boy, made a good fake.
Yes, he did.
Right in front of the bucket. This crowd will erupt with a hoop here.
A 3 would tie it.
Pick and pop for Kotsar.
Kusnard
what a
finds Bryant on the stuff.
What a pass and a great cut by Bryant.
Gamecocks have never led this game. This is the closest we've had for a score since 2-0.
Matchup zone defense. Wow, that's deep.
Maxey with a silencer from way downtown.
He has had biggest shots in the toughest moments this season.
Reminds me of the Michigan State game when he started.
He did it against Louisville.
Yep. Kusnard on Maxey. Richards erases it. Kotsar gets it. Shot clock down to 11. Bryant gets the bucket and the foul.
Kotsar kept it alive to extend the possession. And Bryant has become the guy he needs to be on the offensive end. Cutting, slashing, finishing, not shooting jump shots. What a pass by T.J. Moss.
And that is the 4th foul on Hagans. So Hagans and Quickly each with 4 fouls for Kentucky. And all of a sudden, Bryant's hitting free throws, and it's a 1-point game. Look at the foul trouble in this game.
3-quarter court pressure.
Maxey left alone. Can't do that. Maxey starting to heat up.
Impressive. 2 in a row from deep. Favoring his left thigh that was kneed by Kotsar early in his second half.
Kusnard, he continues his career night, 19 points.
Matchup zone defense. Maxey's hit the 2 deep ones. Quickly works out of the corners.
Kusnard, one-on-one. Kusnard gets it to go. We're tied. Timeout, Kentucky.
Defense can turn into offense. They've been able to get some around stops. The rim, and guys are using their strengths.
They're doing all this with 0 points from Kotsar and 3 points from Lawson. If you would have told me that would be the number at this point, I would have said Kentucky in a runaway.
And now how does Kentucky get their confidence back in their half-court sets? They have relied a lot on Hagans. Was tripped right there by Lawson.
With 8 on the shot clock. Again, every foul the rest of the way spells 2 free throws.
The only problem I can see in Kentucky's offense is that there's 3 players standing and watching Hagans play
right
at the top with a screen and roll. So you got 3 guys standing. Not enough movement.
Wouldn't you want to see more shots from Maxey after he hit those 2 bombs?
He hit a couple. Now, he is lingering. That left thigh where he got kneed. Quickly hasn't had many jump shots either. Still 4 of 5 on the game from the field.
Hagans calmly knocks down the first. Kentucky back on top.
So Kentucky's got to find a way to get a couple stops. And not necessarily get a stop and walk it up, but if they can get a stop and a rebound. Remember, early on they pushed the ball. And Nick Richards outran guys on the other end in South Carolina. So if you can get a stop, you just don't hold on to it. Push it to see what you have. And the reason you do that against South Carolina is because they are an aggressive offensive rebounding team. So that means they're sending guys. If you get a rebound, you push, you may have an opening on the other end.
Meanwhile, for Carolina offensively, Kusnard has been the guy. 21 points, a career high in 30 minutes of action. Gets the ball here, gives it off to Hannibal. Up top, Kotsar. Kick out past Minaya. Knocks down. The Gamecocks have their first lead.
Confidence by Minaya. He's hit one out of the left corner. Now out of the right corner. 2-3 zones, you've got to have active hands. You can't let Kentucky survey and pass it anywhere they want to.
Quickly misses a 3. Tapped down Minaya on the breakaway. Collects himself and banks it home.
How about Minaya's hands? The quickness. Montgomery thought he had it. Minaya quickly knocks it away.
Under 3 to play. Juzang on a 3.
Boy, that's 2 quick threes in 2 possessions, right? 1 or 2 passes, and they hoisted it up.
And that's not what Cal wants out of his offense. Ashton Hagans on the bench. The offense looks a lot different without his leadership on the floor. Kusnard left it short. And a rebound and a jump ball. And the arrow goes to the Gamecocks.
Where they've been aggressive in this second half is putting it on the floor. That time it was Kotsar. And if you're aggressive that way, Minaya hits the first one. Now the active hands. Dead sprint. He wins the race. He gathers it. And this building has exploded
And I'll tell you what, if you notice, John Calipari did not waste any time getting Ashton Hagans back on the floor. That run by Carolina happened with him on the bench.
Well, the 2 possessions quickly shot it too quickly.
Yep.
I mean, his one pass and he had a guy on his face, and it was Jujang who just simply hoisted. One pass against the zone, not going to get it done on the road.
2.5 to play. Lawson on the crossover. Lawson gets it to go.
The screen by Mike Kotsar. Offensive interference. He simply put a screen out front, and Lawson turned the corner and got it to the bucket.
It took A.J. Lawson nearly 38 minutes. He just got his first field goal.
Look what Kotsar did. He not only took out Kotsar, he took out Richards with it.
Largest lead for Carolina.
Be active with your hands defensively.
Hagans can't get it to go, but then the follow and a foul. Kentucky will head back to the free throw line. And that's on Minaya, and that is his 4th. We're going to start seeing some guys fouling out here soon with 2:16 to play.
And they got Minaya on the rebound. Richards being very active around the rim. You got to put a body on it. Nobody did. Goes to the foul line.
Richards, a much improved free throw shooter. 4 for 6 tonight. Can't get that one to drop.
Came out a little fast. Took the bounce. All of a sudden it was gone, right?
Right. See if he takes his time.
You got to lock it. You got to lock in on a free throw. Just like today when they were working on free throws. Lock in, take your time, same release.
And that's what he did on the second.
Much better.
4-point
rhythm.
game.
Now, what do you do with South Carolina? You keep attacking. You play downhill. John Calipari changing up 2-3 zone defense. Watch for Minaya. He's hit 1 out of each of the corners.
Got Kusnard on the wing. Gets the ball here.
All that I'm saying is Minaya's got to feel comfortable with his jump shot.
Gamecocks almost threw it away.
Saved a turnover.
8 to shoot. Kusnard into Kotsar.
Oh, wow.
Lawson on a 3. Minaya flying in for the rebound and is fouled. Justin Minaya, the game they've been waiting on from him all year long. And the 5th foul on Montgomery.
You know, Kotsar caught it and he kicked it out to Lawson, and he could have gone right back to Minaya in the corner. But Minaya was open. There was not a defender in the path of Minaya to get an offensive rebound. And you said it, Mike. This is the game maybe Minaya gets untracked, right? Just gets going.
Yeah, he got hurt last year, and it just you don't see that confidence that you saw 2 years ago this year. This game, I think, would go a long way for him. He's got 10 points, 5 rebounds, make it 11.
Well, he was a star in the making that freshman season. And maybe he gets that back. It's all confidence.
Kentucky has not hit a field goal in the last 3.5 minutes.
And the guy who hit the 2 bombs were Maxey. Been quiet.
Do you like the zone?
Yeah, the zone's been terrific.
Hagans blocked at the rim. Clean block. I think Kotsar got it.
Hagans at 6'3" tried to go over the top of Kotsar at 6'11", and Minaya at 6'6". Doesn't happen.
5-point lead in the ball. We are nearing the 1-minute mark.
Again, Bryant not an outside shooter, more at the rim.
Kusnard, foul on the floor, but that's still going to be 2 shots.
So watch when Hagans puts it on the floor. Going to try to finish over 2 guys, try to get contact. Didn't get it.
And the news is even worse on the other end. Ashton Hagans just fouled out. That is huge for Kentucky offensively. And they have not looked the same when he's not on the floor. Well, we told you attrition would be a factor here in the final minutes. Hagans has fouled out. Montgomery has fouled out. Quickly has 4 fouls. Kotsar has managed to hang around with his 4 fouls. The Vanderbilt-Arkansas game, incidentally, those of you waiting on that, you can catch the start of that on the SEC Alternate Network as soon as we're done here. We will take you to Fayetteville. In the meantime, Gamecocks trying to pull off the upset against 10th-ranked Kentucky.
And here's where you got to be great if you want to win. You got to make free throws down the stretch.
John, there are a lot of numbers that are staggering in this second half. That is the 52nd point for this Gamecock offense, which couldn't buy anything on offense in the first half.
And they've been making free throws, right? They're in their home building. They've been confident.
6-point game under a minute to play.
And Mike, they've been able to get stops on the defensive end.
No need to foul if you're Carolina, and sure enough they do, plus the bucket for Quickly.
And Coatsard picks up his 5th personal foul. They've been sitting in that zone that has protected him. He's late to get there, and he's trying to get away.
I mean, now you make it a one-possession game by fouling one of the top free throw shooters in the country.
Yeah, trying to get away, but Quickly, too smart, goes right to the bottom.
This game is far from over. Quickly, 16th point of the night for the sophomore. Now does the pressure start to get to this Gamecock team? A little full court pressure shown by Kentucky.
Well, so far for the Gamecocks, Couisnard has been the guy that has not backed down and backed away.
Trouble. Pass to Couisnard. Couisnard dumps it off. Shot missed by Bryant. Kentucky can tie it with a 3.
Got numbers.
Quickly rise and fire. Left it short. Follow. No. Another follow. No. Tapped around and hauled in by Carolina. Shot clock is off. And a foul called.
Keon Brooks had attempts. Watch Quickly. This would have tied it up. One tip. Another tip. Point blank. Couldn't get it. Couisnard, flat-footed, falls in his lap.
And as good as Quickly has been, you got to be good with that shot. I mean, that's an open 3.
Open 3 and probably the best look he was going to get.
Yep.
Even though it was early, he's been shooting it extremely well. Missed it.
2-possession
Could
game.
not get away from it. They could not protect the paint area. Couldn't keep South Carolina off that dribble. Only 1 of 2 again.
Another miss at the line. Still a 2-possession game. Quickly on a blow-by. Draws the foul. Kentucky wants a goaltend. Don't think they're going to get it.
Smart play, playing downhill.
And that's Manaya's 5th. So the casualties continue. That's the 3rd player to foul out of this game. 2 for Kentucky, 1 for Carolina.
Great free throw shooter on the line. Allows, you expect him to make, allow you to set up pressure. You can go for steals. And then you can foul. Remember, Couisnard has only made 2 of his last 4 attempts. So if you're a player, you think of that. If you're a defensive player.
Absolutely. Each team with timeouts in the back pocket. Gamecocks with 1, Wildcats with 2. Will we see one called here? Nope. Substitutions, but no timeout. See how the Gamecocks handle the pressure here. Lawson on the inbounds.
I don't expect a foul right away. Well, they did. Well, I thought he grabbed it.
And Lawson draws the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line, and he has actually been their most reliable free throw shooter this year.
It looked like, didn't it look like Brooks grabbed Couisnard right away?
I thought so. And from a numbers standpoint, that would be a better guy to foul than A.J. Lawson. Because while Lawson has struggled 1 for 9 from the field, he is their best free throw shooter. That's what you're looking at right there, yeah. And that's one of those where you're frustrated because clearly the strategy there is to foul.
Yeah.
And you're doing it in daylight, broad daylight, but you can't get the whistle. Then when you don't want to whistle, you get a whistle. Sometimes that's just the way it works as Lawson misses the first. So at best, this is going to be a 3-point game. Then the question becomes, do you foul? And when?
There's too much time now
Right.
to foul. I think Kentucky plays downhill and plays to the rim. Now Lawson's got to suck it up and make this free throw.
Missed them both. 2 would tie, 3 would win. Here we go. Quickly. Timeout, Kentucky. 11.3 on the
I
clock.
expect Richards to be on the screen and roll. He'll want to play the ball up high for a lob.
Lawson on Quickly. Quickly. Probing. Quickly. Firing. Quickly knocks it down
What a
with
shot.
4 seconds to go.
Great step back out. A lot of time. Plenty of time to push.
Kusnard with 1. Pull up 3. Good if it goes. He got it. He got